All right, I know you've thought it. You just want to quit sometimes, right? Especially after a particularly tough year. I've been teaching for 16 years, and this year I'm teaching digital media, social media marketing, advertising, computer maintenance, networking, principles of information technology, and game programming and web game development. And sometimes you just want to throw in the towel. I want to give you just a few tips that you can use to help you get through those really tough years. One of the things that's been really helpful for me this year, especially teaching social media marketing and advertising, which I've never taught before, computer maintenance and networking, which I really have never taught before. I've done some Chromebook repair classes and stuff like that, but I've never actually done those level of classes. And one of the things I've done is to steal like an artist. I've been reading this book by Austin Kleon, and it's really encouraged me and reminded me about another book I read coming up through college in my first years of teaching, which was Teach Like a Pirate. Steal stuff. Just go to other teachers that have taught this stuff before and ask for help. Ask them to give you your lessons. This can be really helpful. One of the groups that is really helpful for me for the things that I teach is the Facebook Business Educators group. If you are a business educator and you teach business level classes, especially with my social media and marketing and my advertising class, they have been a humongous resource to help me just make it through another day while I'm trying to learn how to teach this new subject. Still like an artist, teach like a pirate. We need help, and don't be afraid to go and ask people for their lesson. My next tip is to utilize the technology that they are developing for you. Utilize AI. This has been a game changer for me. I needed a specific worksheet to help prepare my students to create portfolios, and I needed places for them to upload their work, to put copies of their work, to type responses. And I knew the questions I wanted, but I didn't know how to organize it out. I typed everything into the prompt, and it spit out something that I could work with and create for those students. Now, one of the really nice things about this is that it was all my ideas. It was what I came up with. All I had to do was go in, tweak things, and then organize them out. In fact, if doing portfolio reflections, having them create something online or having them do something like that on a Google slide, I have resources on my Teacher Pay Teacher that you can go to and go download to be able to get you working. But it's super crazy easy. You don't have to go run to Teacher Pay Teachers whenever you don't have something prepared. You can utilize AI to help you create the specific worksheet that you need, and then you can go in and do the edit. It saves time. Something that would have taken me a couple of hours, I was able to get completed within a conference period. This is more of a mental health tip that I have for you, and it's to keep school at school. It is super easy to overwhelm ourselves and to create all of these extra things that we need to take home. We need to prepare for the next class. We need to work a couple extra hours outside of school. And yes, when you're first starting teaching, I'm sorry there, young buck, but yeah, that's kind of where you start getting and going. If you're a veteran teacher and you're taking a whole bunch of stuff home, you know what? It'll be okay. Grade what you can get graded. Your students will probably understand that you're just a little bit behind, and give yourself some forgiveness and give yourself some grace. Leave school at school. It will help take some load off of your plate.
The last thing I want to talk about is this idea of keeping a track list of your student memories. And this has really helped me get through some of those tough times that happen. I've had tough years in the past where I'm like just ready. I just want to stop. I want to throw in the towel. I want to quit. Whenever I get that feeling, and this happens a couple times a year, I pull out a folder where I've kept some student memories. In this folder, I have examples of student work that I've thought was really cool that I've kept. I have graduation invitations. I have specific thank you cards. I keep newspaper clippings. Actually, I kept this one. My first year as a head tennis coach, back whenever I used to coach, that was our first win as a tennis team. And it helped me remember to continue going, like keep going, you're getting better. And then I have birthday cards that students have given me. And the reason why this is important for me is because elementary teachers seem like they get tons of gifts and they get tons of recognition sometimes, but sometimes for high school teachers and for secondary teachers, we kind of get looked over sometimes. So anytime a student makes something for me or brings me something, I make sure to save it. I'll display it in my classroom. That's another example, another one of my students made for me. One of my digital media students, one of my game programming students. I've got my zombie door crusher. And so I've got my billboard over here of student work, and it just helps me get by. Now, I know that may seem weird that I keep these little mementos, but helps you to remember what is truly important. And what's truly important is the impact that you're making on students. And it helps me get past the fact that, man, I don't really feel like I make enough money, and sometimes I feel like I'm overworked. But if I can remember that it's about the students, it's about what they've done, it's about the impact that I'm making in their lives, then I can remember why I'm really doing it, and it will help me continue on to the next year. That's the video. Hopefully some of these help you and will help you get through the rest of the year. I just want to remind you that if you are really struggling right now, you need to go get help. Talk to your principal about it. They may have some strategies to help you get through it. Go talk to a veteran teacher. Remember that this is just a season. You'll get past it. And you don't want to fall into a situation where you are struggling like this every single year. So utilize some of these strategies to help you get through it. Build up a system. My dad, who taught for 30 years, he said, if you can just get through the first 3 years of teaching, you'll find yourself a rhythm and you'll be able to make it. Thank you for watching the video. If you found anything in this video helpful, please like. If you want to stay caught up with what I'm doing in my classroom, please subscribe, and I will see you next time.